Welcome back to High Top Sports Recruiting. This is Cody the Professor, and today we're talking about a big transfer pickup need from Florida. And we were already doing some Florida stuff. I was about to shoot the offensive 2.0 video with Jaden Ball and a couple other UF commits from the 2024 class, but Billy Napier circles back around, and this is kind of interesting. With Grayson PUP Howard, the South Carolina transfer. He was only there a year. He was a part of last year's class. Plenty of eligibility left. 6'4", 240, four-star linebacker of the previous class from Jacksonville, Florida. He decides to go ahead, get in the transfer portal, and come back down to his home state, Florida, and decides to go to the University of Florida. Now, the interesting thing about this is that you know, Florida was very, very, very tight in that race. Um, I know he has a couple buddies on UF. Tryon Webb was one of those guys heavily recruiting him, and when when things didn't quite go his way, I guess at South Carolina, or he got homesick, he decides to go to his second option, and so being the bridesmaid is not too bad in the world of the transfer portal. And if we see this coming, Florida was second running on a lot of kids, a lot of highly touted kids, and so with the transfer portal, it's good to leave a great impression on these kids. Even if you don't get them the first time, you might get them the second time, and it might be when you need it most. Obviously, Scooby Williams, he decides to go in the transfer portal. We have two young linebackers I think that are going to be absolutely outstanding, and Childs and Graham coming in. Plus, we had Shamar James. But, just we needed another piece. And they go out and get Grayson. And I think this is going to be a great pickup for UF. We're going to go ahead check out his highlights, see what he did in high school. They're still relevant. It was just he was just part of last year's class. So let's go ahead check those out, see what we think. All right, this looks like to be his senior season film. Let's go ahead check it out, see what we think. Here he is playing that true linebacker position. You can see the speed and explosion off the end. Goes ahead, reads the quarterback, and gets the sack on the quarterback there. Here he is coming down. Good effort tackle, strips the ball out, lands on it. That's what I'm talking about on effort. Here he is coming down. Good blitzer of the quarterback. Reads the gap very well, gets skinny, comes down, makes a big hit. Here he is ripping that ball out again. My goodness. Grayson Pup Howard. Again, ripping that ball out. You're going to be able to line this guy off the edge, blitz him well. Armstrong is going to have an absolute field day with this guy. Here he is in coverage. Beautiful job coming down, seeing the running back leak out. He goes ahead and attacks that, and the running back gets just a couple yards. Here he is in run support. Good wrap-up tackle. We're seeing with this next class sure tacklers in the 2024 class, and it looks like Armstrong went out and got another one, another sure tackler. Stepping up in the run game, goes ahead. He actually falls on that fumble, just doing his job, just being in the right spot. Here he is peeking, sees the running back's going to cut it back inside, goes ahead and gets the tackle, steps into the hole. Here he is playing special teams. Beautiful wrap-up tackle, forcing the ball out. Another forced fumble. How many forced fumbles does this guy have? My goodness. Again, beautiful job. Sheds the block. Sees that the running back's coming down into his hole. An absolute monster in the run game. Something Florida needed so bad. We all remember the Kentucky game. Well, with this guy here, that doesn't happen. Here he is. He's going to creep up to the line. Beautiful. Shoots the gap. Tackle for a loss. Grayson PUP Howard. Here he is in pass coverage. Reads the screen. Beautiful job. Forces the running back out. Another high IQ player. Here he is on the effort play. Reading. Goes ahead. Rips that ball right out. Another forced fumble. My goodness. I think that was like 7 forced fumbles. That might be the most I've seen in a high school film. 6'4", 240. The day of Florida getting those tweener running backs, that's done. We're getting true, thick, tall, 6'4", 240, big frame. He's probably about 255 now. He's been in a college strength and conditioning program for a year. He was a 4-star linebacker last year, and it just goes to show you, just because you don't get him on the first end, you might come around and get him the next year. So, this is a big pickup. I really watched this guy last year before we started this thing. I liked him a lot. I thought it was a big miss on Florida, and so did a lot of other people. But it just goes to show that, we end up getting them in the end. The good guys won. So, this is Cody with High Top Sports Recruiting. Be on the lookout for that Offensive 2.0 video coming. And then if there's any other big-name transfers, we're going to go ahead and break them down too, since we're on kind of this Florida train right now. We will see you later. This is Cody the Professor, and we are out.